Hi there, I am James Interactive. I am the co-creator of The Legend of Bumbo with Edmund McMillen. My responsibilities on the project involve the programming, the modeling, and the animation. So I wanted to actually show you some of the gameplay today, specifically how Bumbo the Weird plays. Now, we got multiple characters in this game. If you're unfamiliar, we have Bumbo the Brave, which is a pretty standard fighter type character. But then you have Bumbo the Weird, which would kind of serve as your magic user, your more heady character. They have some interesting innate abilities and starting items that create a gameplay experience that's a lot different from Bumbo the Brave. Now, please excuse my mess, since this is not a release copy and we're about a month and a half from release, a little less. There's still some old art assets in here and maybe a few bugs. So, I'll try to point out anything that's probably not going to be in the final release, but also, please forgive me that this isn't, the release copy. So I mentioned that just because the screen features these stats on the right hand side that are no longer reflective of the stats in the game. We've been kind of moving those around as we've been balancing the game. Likewise, these items in the front, we are redesigning how these items look. These are actually how they look when you pick them up from the store or you pick them from a treasure room. What we were changing was these tile counts. They're just hard to see, and especially for people who are colorblind. So we're going to do something that's more centric to the tile types that they require. I'm sure you could see these little silhouettes back here that show you the tile type, but we have a more clear solution there. Now, that was enough delay. Let's start the game. I have to admit, I haven't seen Edmund's playthrough of the game yet, so I might be covering some of the topics that he already covered, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll talk about some new stuff. First things first, if you haven't seen this game before, it's kind of a deck building rogue-ish game, not a roguelike. I would be hard pressed to call it a roguelite. I see it more as like just an interesting solitaire type, board game. So the way it's kind of broken down is you have this playing field with the enemies. They're on a 3x3 grid, and you have enemies on the ground and you have enemies that are flying. They are going to come to attack you, and they may adjust your stats, preventing you from attacking you or attacking them back. And their goal is to pretty much just whittle away at your health. To prevent that, you have this little board down here. This determines your actions. The top row is inactive blocks that will fall in as you're making matches. So really, you only have this like 4x9 grid down here to work with. So the tile types. If you make matches of these little droplets over here, they give you more moves. The moves are reflect how many times you can move a row or column on this puzzle. It just does not reflect the items on the right hand side. You also have your bones and your teeth. Those are two different attacks. Teeth, as you have bigger combos, hit much harder than you would expect. And then if you have a bigger combo of bones, that means that you're going to be able to throw multiple attacks. Really good for crowd control. You have these boogers, which will stun an enemy for a turn, and they do stack. You also have these poop, which serve as shields for each of these lanes, and they are separate from these poops that you have on this board already. Your poops you can attack over, but you can't attack over these poops on the board. And you have this lonely heart tile. Now, heart tiles don't really come that often. If you make a match, you get half a heart, and you will be able to replenish your hearts, but it's very hard to farm. would suggest not doing that. So let's get started here. I'm gonna start trying to get some of these P droplet tiles, just because it's going to allow me to use this spell, and that second move I did kind of gets negated. Normally my turn would be over, but because I made a match of P, I can move once more. It looks like I got everything that I need to kind of set up my next turns, so I'm just going to make one move and end my turn right there. Alright, the flies back there did not like that, and they're coming right for me. So I'm going to come right back for them. The way the weird plays is interesting in the fact that you get more moves for more enemies that you kill. So this guy in the middle, gone, got another move. This guy down here, gone, I got another move. And did that whole thing, that whole turn, or whatever, however you want to refer to it, by getting 3 moves left. And now I got these folk to contend with. So I'm going to how do I want to do this? I can't really exactly access this enemy on the left and right hand side, just because they have their own type of poop shield in front of them. So I'm going to try to make some more poop shields. So I'm going to make a match right here. That's going to protect me over there. I'm going to make a big ol' attack down the middle too. Ooh, that's good. That actually changes my strategy a bit. So I accidentally made a match of boogers as well. So what I'm going to be able to do is get rid of this shield on the right, stun this guy for a turn, and now I have enough tiles to do this, well, which will remove all the tiles of type, and then the amount that damage, the amount of damage this attack will do will be, I believe it's half of the total tiles that you created. So like the more tiles you have, the better your attack. So I got a lot of poop tiles right there, and you know what? I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna make a big ol' attack, throw it right down the middle. I'm protected for the next turn, and I just got another move, and I have 3 moves left. So I could start whittling down this guy on the left-hand side. I also had generated a wild tile that will allow me to make matches of any type with it. So if I just pull down this tooth down here, I'll make a match. Likewise, if I brought over P droplets underneath, that will make match, and I can make a combo of the two if things were set up that way. They aren't right now, and I'm just going to waste turns trying to make that happen. So I am going to make a pretty heavy attack on this shield on the left, so it's just gone. And I got 2 more moves because I destroyed a shield, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to just throw a bone on. You know what? I'm not even gonna let that guy get out of his stun. I'm just gonna get rid of. What do I do? Well, you know what? I could get rid of these, and that'll be enough to get rid of the enemy on the right. And we got an extra move. I'm gonna use it, just moving that down so I can get a substantial move boost and start of this turn. Boom. And now, I'll just move this over. Oh, didn't even see that happening. And the room's done. Okay, so, let's see. I got a butterbean, and I got this thing that will re-roll any time. You know what? I like the butterbean. It allows you to fart and move enemies away. And you know what? I always like it when you can fart in a video game. Alright, so what do I want to talk about here? Well, let's talk about the creation of this game. So, as I said, Edmund kind of provides me with art assets to make this game with. He works in, I believe it's called Adobe Animate. Excuse me, I knew it when it was a Macromedia Flash, and that was a long time ago. So he makes all the art assets in there, and I'll take that, export it as PNGs, and bring it into Photoshop and create the basis of a texture in there, and then put that through another program, which will give me my, my normal maps, and add the cardboard texture, which is all scanned, and the normal maps is what's doing this like corrugation on the side down here, and then I'll use that as a basis to make a 3D model. And to do the animations, I'm just flipping through all sorts of models I've done. So something that would have taken a lot less effort if this was 2D has become like an epic undertaking where I have to make half dozen to a dozen models per character just so that I can get these like frame animations. I know, I'm nuts. Alright, so this is gonna be good. I'm gonna be able to make my turns back so that I can what do I want to do? Well, I could get rid of this poop guy on the left hand side. I can... Do I really need to do anything right now? I'm gonna just get rid of these. It's overkill, but it's good. I'm gonna prepare for an attack coming from the right after this guy is done attacking me. So this game is made in Unity. I know that's going to make some people so upset. But hopefully, its Unity-ness doesn't come through. It's not like we're using many assets from the store. Most of this was, coded by myself. And our assets were mostly done by myself. There was some additional art done by a sweet person who actually works on a lot of the Bumbo or Binding of Isaac trailers. His first name is Alex, but that's escaped me, so I'm looking it up. Alright, Alex Hicks. Great artists. Absolutely love them. They helped me with some of the bosses, I believe, and what else? Did they do the chapter intros? They did a lot of work that helped me when I was making, hundreds of models. Just screamed over the internet, "Come over and help me, please! This game is killing me!" That's the fun thing about this game is most of the work was me and Edmund, and it was a long time working on this. I think it was maybe like 3 to 4 years. You wouldn't think it, considering this is just a puzzle game, but when you let me justify in saying there's a lot of assets going on in addition to the animation assets. There's a lot of mechanics with the items, and there's tons and tons of items. So and not much of this game could have been made modularly. Like, each of these items kind of breaks the rules of the game, similar to Magic the Gathering or Cosmic Encounter. So it took a little work. It took a little work, got very buggy, and then I had to stamp out all those bugs. But I think it's doing pretty good right now. Now, I don't know if you noticed, and I'm wondering if Edmund pointed out in his gameplay, but these folk, when they're on the front row here and I destroy them, they're going to explode and I'm going to take some damage. So it's best for me not to kill them just there. But I don't want this person to hit me, so I'm going to booger them. Since I did a bigger booger combo, I got 2 boogers, so I can go ahead and delay both of them. That's gonna be great. And oh, you know what? I'm just gonna push them all back, and then end the turn. That way I can go ahead and attack them. How do I want to attack them though? Well, this is definitely going to work. That's going to kill the one person. And then I'm going to start to whittle away at this one. Am I going to be able to do it? Yes, I'm actually going to be able to destroy it before it attacks me then. Or before it blows up and hurts me. And it looks like I got a charge room coming up. Ooh, let's see. I can gain 1 movement for the room, or 1 damage and life gain. Well, it's more likely for me to use a charge item. Now, charge items are items that don't require tiles to be cast. As you can see, we have our tile totals over here, and the are added to as I'm making matches. But a charge item charges at the end of each room, and it starts fully charged, or at least it does right now. So I'm going to be able to use that just once in the room. Now there are some items that currently have 0 charge. They will charge every round or every turn. I mean, like every time you are, it switches between your turn and the enemy's turn. I've been calling that a round, so. But this one, you know, I could just do that right now. And I'm gonna have to deal with this boss. This is a hard boss to deal with, so you're probably gonna witness me fail drastically. Alright, I am going to have to... Oh, this is hard. I can make a poop shield, and that'll save me from this one attack. But his eyes are going to come after me now, and that's going to be harder to defend. But I can make another move. Make more... You know what, Bumba the Weird's not really good for this boss because I have no opportunities to gain moves from killing anything because these eyes are eternal. Which is a very strange sentence to say. But what I can do is make a single poop shield and weather the storm with my soul heart. And I'm probably going to have to make another poop shield somehow. I only got 2 moves. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, but I could waste one of those moves, get more of a selected type tile, and yes, that gamble worked out. Cool. I got my Crocs on my chair and I just realized I'm squeaking. It sounds like I'm farting. I'm not doing that on the stream. I could if I've been holding it until it's over. Great. So what I can do here is alright, let me try to verbalize my options here. These eyes are going to keep moving and then attacking, moving and attacking. It's best to keep them prone away from this boss down the middle so that I can wail on that boss. So to do that, I need boogers. And if I make a big old booger, I will do, I believe I booger everybody. I'm not going to be able to do that this turn, but this turn these eyes are probably just going to get ready to attack me, and that's true, so I'm going to do a big old booger. Woo! Oh, I forgot when you hit the eyes, they move. Oh, I'm terrible. Oh, that doesn't really help me much. Well, I could prepare for when the onslaught's gonna come. let's... I need to make a big ol' poop. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna start a poop right there. I got a whale on me. I don't like it. What I could do... It's not gonna help. Well, no. No. This is great. I'm gonna move them out of the way. Always forget that they move out of the way once you hit them. And now I can wail on this guy. You see, this game is pretty great and well designed, and I need to remember that in order for me to play this game properly, because I am terrible. Alright, let's remove some tiles. Got a lot of boogers, and I can, since they did not work out for me prior, do that. Ooh, and that's it. That's it, folks. I actually survived the attack. Got tons of money, got some items. It'll be great to do some, oh jeez. Well, I'm probably, as Bumbo the Weird, not going to take so much damage, just because I only have one heart. So Teeth probably should take more damage, or deal more damage. Now back to the gambling room. If you have seen Edmund's past stream, he might have discussed this. Who knows? I didn't see it. So you have a cup game in which you may get money, health, or items currently. You have a wheel that will upgrade your stats, and then you have this shopkeeper that will sell you modifications to your spells. This wheel clerk is going to change their wheel depending on your character. So Bumbo the Weird has a greater chance of having spells that hit harder, and doesn't look like there is a chance for improving my luck stat. As you can see, my luck stat is at 0 right now. So I'm going to spend some money, and hopefully we'll maybe like alter the dexterity, but no, I'm gonna get my spells up. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna save that 5 cents, and I'm gonna go to the next chapter. And that's gonna be all the gameplay I'm gonna show today. Thank you for joining me. I had a fun time, and hopefully I was able to kind of better explain the mechanics of the game. I know they're not very clear from screenshots, but hopefully seeing this in motion, me going meticulously through the rules, has made it a little bit easier. And I hope that you kind of can see where the fun is at. It's honestly at its strongest, in my opinion, when you are playing around with the synergies between all the spells, and the situations that kind of you didn't expect for, which block games are really good for. Thank you for watching, and I hope to do more of these in the future. I also hope to do some streaming in the future. There is a Binding of Isaac Discord with a Bumbo channel that I have been putting updates in, so if you want to know more information about the game, I'm sure you could find that with a Google search. And yeah, if I don't see you before the release, have a great day, or whatever. Alright, take care. Bye.